the world population continues to grow. The population in 2050 is expected to be 9.7 billion. So our deficit in Earth resources will be greater with each passing year. The more the population, the greater the need for food and goods to feed everybody. Everything that the world produces in a given year is referred to as the gross world product. Consider the period from 1875 to 2014. Prior to 1950, the growth is minimal in comparison to the growth after 1950. The growth from 1950 to 2014 is rapid, near 19-fold, a jump of over 73,000 billion international dollars. How does this growth in world population impact the environment of our planet? The World Wildlife Fund for Nature defines an ecological footprint. The footprint measures the impact of human activities in terms of the area of biologically productive land and water required to produce the goods consumed and to assimilate the waste generated. In other words, the ecological footprint measures how much nature we have and how much nature we use. Since the 1970s, annual demand on resources exceeds what Earth can generate each year. Today, humanity uses the equivalent of 1.7 Earths to provide the resources we use and absorb our waste. Looking to the future, the inescapable conclusion is that we see that the Earth's resources are being used faster and faster until we will need 5 equivalents of our Earth by 2100. To achieve a sustainable world, we need to change the way resources are used around the world. It is a global problem, involving every country. Collectively, we must return to the situation of 1975, when our collective footprint was 1 Earth equivalent. Solving the environmental problem involves a major change in the world. This fact is the result of a scientific consensus. Bertrand Russell, British philosopher, mathematician, historian, writer, social critic, political activist, and Nobel laureate, was among the first leaders of thought to raise concerns about the population explosion. He ridiculed the response to this information. He said, "Mankind would rather commit suicide than learn arithmetic." At the same time, he praised others, saying, "One distinguishing characteristic of an intelligent person is that she or he can be moved emotionally by statistics." Population and economic growth represent a dangerous combination. Bahá'u'lláh, the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, an all-knowing physician who hath his finger on the pulse of mankind, speaking of the potentialities of this period in the middle of the 19th century, declares that this is the day in which God's most excellent favors have been poured out upon men, the day in which His most mighty grace hath been infused into all created things. But he also warned that under no circumstances transgress the limits of moderation. There is every indication that the global society has already transgressed moderation, and more transgression is happening daily. From 1900 to 2000, per capita resource consumption and waste output grew by 4 times. So it is not just population increase. Each of us individually consumes more and creates more waste. If we continue on this trajectory, humanity's annual impact on the ecosphere will have increased 40 times between 1900 and 2050. Thus, more growth, ecological impact is yet to come, and more problems unless we do something about them.